Be things that are intriguing, things that are interesting, things that are exciting, things that appear disastrous. That's the beauty of a long baseball season. From April to September. Or March till September. Not every team is like the Houston Astros, where they're just always good, and they seem to get better. Another surprise this season. Pittsburgh Pirates first baseman Josh Bell is absolutely unreal. This is someone that I feel like should be talked about more. It's just the fact that, Pittsburgh. I get it. I understand why Pittsburgh isn't really talked about that much, but Josh Bell has been something special. At the beginning of the year, I didn't believe in the Pirates as a whole, mostly because of their offense. I mean, I knew their pitching staff was solid, but, Jameson Taillon, Chris Archer, I know that they're going to get Mitch Keller up at some point. But, obviously in the NL Central with the Cubs and the Cardinals and the Brewers and even the Cincinnati Reds who improved this past offseason, it was tough to see the Pittsburgh Pirates going anywhere, especially with the lineup they have. I knew there was potential for Josh Bell to be a good player, but, dear Lord, I did not expect this. Can anyone get this guy out right now? A .339 average with 16 home runs and 47 RBIs. An OPS of over 1,100. He went, once again yesterday, went 3 for 4 and hit another bomb. The Pirates lineup scored 14 runs yesterday at home against, I know it was against Antonio Senzatella and the Colorado Rockies, but 14 runs is 14 runs. That's impressive. 8 of those runs against Senzatella. That game was over relatively early. Now, I understand the start that both Cody Bellinger and Christian Yelich, who's now hurt, he's been on and off, in and out of the lineup here and there, have gotten off to. And Bellinger appears to be the clear favorite. But Josh Bell should not be too far behind at the moment when it comes to the MVP award. Keeping a team that I expected to finish last in the NL Central relevant. He should be added to that NL MVP race. The Pirates are 3 games above 500, and it's because of one Josh Bell. I promised I'd get to the Astros, so here we go. I'm going to bring this up until the day he gets that call up. Yordan Alvarez needs to get that call. His bat clearly belongs in the major leagues. He's putting up video game numbers. This is going to be the rich continue to get richer type of situation for this Houston team that just continues to dominate. Whether it's at the plate, in the starting rotation, or in the bullpen. I mentioned Ryan Presley, who has been larger than life so far this year. Their entire bullpen has been so great that they've been able to hide the fact that Chris Devenski, who was one of their better relief pitchers, or one of their best relief pitchers for a couple years, currently has an ERA of nearly 5.5. Hector Rondon, Roberto Osuna, Will Harris, these guys have all been lights out. Obviously, you have guys like Alex Bregman, who I still believe is going to be an AL MVP candidate for years to come. And he hit 31 home runs last year. He's probably going to hit 40 this year. He's already at 15. Obviously, George Springer, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve. And to be able to add two of the top hitting prospects in Yordan Alvarez and Kyle Tucker mid-season to play the outfield and or be is just not fair at all. Now, let me just say this right now, because Tyler White and Tony Kemp, to me, can't be in that lineup every day. Tyler White being their DH, their designated hitter, is hitting like 220 with one home run this season. To me, that just can't be. You can't put him in there every day. Something needs to happen. The Astros continue to build this empire filled with young bats, young stars. Adding proven aces like Justin Verlander, who's arguably the best starting pitcher of this generation, like I brought up before, and Gerrit Cole, who you can argue is a top 5 pitcher in baseball right now. If not top 5, definitely top 10. Having both of those guys atop your rotation with a lineup that can hit like they can and a bullpen that has been just lights out. Usually there are holes you can poke at on every great team. But this is just something special. They won the World Series 2 seasons ago, and I would not be surprised in the least if they win a couple more. Start working on a dynasty over in Houston. Everything that they have touched turns to gold, and they are not even a finished product yet, which is scary to think about for everybody who's in contention in baseball. Not even just in the American League, in baseball. Because in the National League, if you're a top team, you getting to the World Series, if you run into the Astros, you run into that brick wall that the Dodgers have had to deal with, you're probably going to lose. The Astros have been that good. Staying around the same series, because the Astros they've been going against the White Sox, whom they lost 2 straight games to, because of young Eloy Jimenez, who was taken off the injured list for the White Sox the other day. And after a couple of rough nights against Brad Peacock and Justin Verlander, Jimenez unloaded on a Garrett Cole fastball. Boy, did Eloy need that. He sent you to the moon in center field. And then hit another home run later on in the game. And then last night, he hit a 112 mile per hour laser out of the park. Pulled it. Like, if you haven't seen that home run, that's another one. Go look at that one. Go watch that again. A no-doubter off the bat of Jimenez. The power that this young outfielder has is rare. And I know a lot of people feel differently about him right now than they did when he was ready to make his big league debut because of the struggle, the start he got off to. A little advice: don't. When this kid hits his stride and he finds it, he has the kind of power to carry a ball club. He can hit to all fields, takes it out the other way, hits it to dead center. It's amazing, really, what's happened to baseball. It puzzles me that more casual sports fans aren't as into the game today. The talent level is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Big power hitters are everywhere. So many young, talented players like Jimenez, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., Pete Alonso, Austin Riley, who just continues to mash ever since he came up with the Atlanta Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr., Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger. The list goes on and on. Hopefully, Yordan Alvarez can be added to that list soon enough. He's going to join a great situation. Power pitching, power hitting, speed, big, powerful athletes, all coming up around the same time. Baseball is just becoming more and more exciting, more and more energized. You're seeing long, dramatic home runs with these bat flips. You're seeing excitement, watching Carlos Gomez run around the bases after a home run. Baseball's entertaining. It's just getting more and more entertaining. You want to see strikeouts, home runs, run scoring, power arms versus power bats, speed triples. Telling you, it's a great game. By the way, I think the Yankees have officially renamed Camden Yards the home of the New York Yankees. I don't think I've ever seen a start like this by one team against another particular team. Gleyber Torres and Gary Sanchez have just demolished the hapless minor league-esque Orioles. The Yankees as a whole went deep 13 times in this series alone. They've hit a total of 35 home runs in their 12 games against Baltimore this year. That's astounding. And not only that, but Torres and Sanchez have combined for 19 of those home runs. Now, I get it that it's Baltimore and they have no pitching staff at all whatsoever. But, I mean, my God. That's just remarkable. Oh, and by the way, you're not going to hear too many